Ministry this morning, and have you been informed of when the party will happen?
We are out on an assignment, a national assignment, and so as I speak to you, it's about 2 a.m. where we are. But
so the party is not happening in Ghana.
We are not aware of any party as we speak. So if maybe you can bring it to my attention, and then we'll take it from there.
But today is the birthday of Macintosh.
Oh, I see.
You didn't know.
Happy birthday to you. I didn't know. I didn't know. I didn't know. Happy birthday to my brother Macintosh, a gentleman by excellence, a very hardworking person.
Yes.
But I'll follow up to make sure that he leaves our food intact.
Thank you. Oh, you are thinking about your food, not ours.
No, you are there. You are there, so you have access to the food.
Well, it's nice to have you on the line this morning. First, before we even come to what the minority is proposing, I'm sure the Energy Ministry is looking at the situation as we speak. So far, fuel prices have gone up over 16%. Is it a situation that worries you? And what is your own reading of how long this may take?
For how long it will take will be difficult for anybody to predict. And the only thing we can do as a government is to monitor, as directed by His Excellency the President. The President asked the Ministers of Energy and Green Transition and then Finance, Dr. John Abdullah Jinapo and Dr. Kisiawa to monitor the situation and then advise government as we proceed. And so that is being done. I'm sure you are aware that not too long ago, the Honorable Minister convened a high-level meeting between the agencies under the ministry with NPA, GNPC, Ghana Gas, or engaged COMAC, engaged Seaboard, engaged Central with a private refinery to look at what's happening, put in place measures to ensure that there's fuel security. And so the good news is that at the time the MPA was briefing the country, we had adequate supply of fuel. We had about 6 weeks cover for petrol and about 7 weeks for diesel. We also had vessels that were at anchorage. When you say anchorage, that means they're in Ghana already, that we're waiting to discharge products, about 160 to 200,000 metric tons. And then you also had vessels that were in safe waters. When you say safe waters, these vessels are almost on their way into our country. And so largely supply for security has been intact. And so we'll notice that the last couple of weeks we haven't seen any hoarding, we haven't seen any shortage of fuel across. And so we'll continue to monitor and then put in place measures to ensure that the ordinary Ghanaian is protected.
And I wonder what your monitoring has revealed so far.
So far, but that's a very it's a question that if I answer, I'll end up putting government strategies across. But it's this monitoring that has led to our fuel security. Let me give you one example. In situations like this, you'll find the private sector, the business-driven person, trying to maximize profits. You'll find some people, even in time past, if you recall, decades ago, when there's suspicion that fuel prices will go up, before you notice there's hoarding. But we haven't seen that this time. It's all part of the measures and plans that the government has put in place through its monitoring activities. The NP has been very instrumental. The chief executive has been top notch with his engagement with stakeholders, as the private sector, the public sector as well, and then also national security apparatus. Those are some of the impact of the monitoring. And so the government will continue to do that. But I wish to use this opportunity to assure the people of Ghana that His Excellency the President, my Minister Honorable Dr. John Jinapo, they are really on top of the issues. They are ensuring that ordinary Ghanaian is protected and that the impact on these geopolitical events will have minimal impact as best as we can as a country.
And that's the interesting part, because for many Ghanaians, since you walked into power, we've been seeing the prices of fuel go down significantly. Now, for the first time, you are looking at a jump of 16%. And already the call from the minority is that take off the 1 CD levy. Is it a call that they can respond to now?
The points I have to make is that the president is not an insensitive president. His Excellency the President, if you look at his public life and his presidency from JM1 to JM2, has always been a people-centered person. And so any decision that has to be taken will have the interest of the ordinary Ghanaian at heart. And so it is not as if the president is fixated on taxing the people of Ghana out. No. The president is looking at the situation, and that's why he has asked that the situation be monitored. And once it's being monitored from time to time, the government will take decisions that are best in the interest of the ordinary Ghanaian. The minority makes about 2 or 3 claims and then uses that as basis to ask for the abolition, not even suspension, complete abolition of the levy. One of the points they make is that last year government paid or restored the $500 million World Bank guarantee. And so once that is done, the government should abolish the 1 CD. They proceed to also make the point that if you look at government's success last year of spending 1.47 billion to clear energy sector legacy debt, once that has also been done, it means that they should write that government abolishes that, and then they back that with the strong CD. That once the CD is strong, it means that we should proceed to abolish it. But whether or not the 1 CD has outlived its purpose, as the minority claims, you would have to go back to look at what the finance minister said in Parliament when he tabled the energy sector levies amendments bill in June 2025. What was the purpose of the introduction of the 1 CD? The purpose was to deal with the energy sector shortfalls, particularly the procurement of liquid fuels, and then also use that to deal with the debts that this government inherited. If you look at our power sector today, we made significant successes because of this 1 Ghana cedi. Hitherto, the government was procuring liquid fuels on its own. It was spending approximately $1 billion, which had a significant impact on the government's fiscals. That 1 CD is supporting government to reduce how much it spends on liquid fuels. And so if you are not careful and you don't take a critical look at the situation and do your analysis, if you scrap it and you don't find alternate financing for that liquid fuel, what it means is that if you're not careful, your power sector will suffer. And so that decision, I'm sure, will be taking into consideration all factors. And that's why His Excellency the President's point of monitoring and then taking decisions at every pivotal point is very important. And so, yes, all options are on the table. All options are on the table for government. And that when it gets to a point where the government feels that we should either go left or right, I'm sure that His Excellency and the government will take that decision, which will be in the interest of the people of Ghana.
All options are on the table, including the possibility of taking out or suspending the levy in the interim.
All all options. Like I said, you continue to monitor the situation. What happens is what will guide governments on the decisions they should take.
But in the meantime, one Ghana cedis reduction will be a huge reprieve. Why not now?
Why, it's when you ask me personally, my personal opinion would be that it's very early to take such a decision. If we recall, last year around July, we had this same geopolitics happening. And within 2 to 3 weeks or so, it ended. Last week, if you monitor crude prices, it went as high as $119 per barrel. And then by close of day, or within less than 48 hours, we saw prices move from 119 all the way to 87. That is the uncertainty you talk about, and that is why monitoring is very key. And so, whether you want to abolish it today or you want to abolish it tomorrow, you have to pay attention to these geopolitics and then use that as a guide to take a decision. And so the government will continue to monitor, and then decisions will be made out of it.
Thank you. Thank you very much for speaking to us, Richmond.
Thank you very much, man.
Richmond Rockson, spokesperson, Ministry of Energy and Green Transition, join us on the line, taking us exactly 27 minutes past 7 here in the studios of Radio Gold 90.5 FM. A few things to do with some things I didn't do. I was supposed to do that I didn't do earlier.